Welcome to the Note Nuggets podcast, where you can learn how to become the bank, build wealth, and accumulate streams of income perfect for your savings or IRAs. You'll hear from industry experts, seasoned veterans, and everyday investors. Our goal is to teach you how to invest in notes, one nugget of knowledge at a time. Here's your host, Kevin Galang.
Welcome to another episode of the Note Nuggets podcast. Now, today we're going to talk about self-directed IRAs. When I first entered the work world, my parents recommended that I max out my 401k. And my parents always have my best interest in mind, so I blindly followed. It wasn't until 5 years later that I learned about what was wrong with 401ks and discovered a new retirement account that empowers contributors like you and me to invest in more than just mutual funds. It gives you control of your retirement. When I found this out, I was frustrated and annoyed that nobody had told me sooner and kind of bothered that the 401k is more widely marketed. And that's why you're going to learn about it today on the show. On this episode, you're going to have a self-directed IRA expert tell you exactly what the account is and what you can do with it. If you want more information on self-directed IRAs, check out the full interview I did with our guest at notenuggets.com/SDIRA-definition. Scott Maurer is the Director of Business Development for Advanta IRA. Advanta specializes in administering self-directed IRA and retirement accounts, allowing individuals to invest their retirement funds into assets other than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Scott has worked for Advanta since 2006 and is a frequent speaker and lecturer on topics of self-directed IRAs. As the Business Development Director, Scott oversees the sales and marketing and education staff to ensure that new clients receive proper guidance and support when establishing relationships with Advanta. Scott has also worked with numerous individuals and companies to educate them on how self-directed IRAs can be used in their capital raising strategies. Scott is also an attorney and member of the Florida Bar, although he does not give legal advice to Advanta clients. Awesome. And for our listeners out there, can you explain what a self-directed IRA is?
Sure, no problem. That's what we do at Advanta IRA is administer, self-directed IRAs, and a lot of people get confused about what that term actually means. There are companies, more conventional companies, that offer a self-directed IRA where you choose from a variety of mutual funds or stocks, bonds, other products that they sell. But the way we use self-directed really is in a much different vein, where you, as your retirement account owner, whether it's your IRA or your old 401k, you control the actual investment that you want to make. So rather than choosing from a list of investments that a brokerage firm might provide or allow you to make, with a self-directed IRA, you are allowed to choose from all of the possible investments that the IRS will allow, and you actually go out and find the investment. Our role is to simply do the record keeping and administration for whatever asset that you pick. But a truly self-directed IRA is one in which you're in control of selecting, which assets you purchase, which asset classes you purchase within, which we can certainly go into a deeper dive on that here in a minute. But that's really what a self-directed IRA is, where you're not bound by what your custodian is willing to hold. You're able to invest in any asset that's allowable under the IRS rules.
There you have it. That is the simplest definition of a self-directed IRA. This is a retirement account that is perfect for note investing. If you want more information on self-directed IRAs, all you have to do is go to the show notes and sign up to get full access to my interview with Scott Maurer. Go to notenuggets.com/SDIRA-definition.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Note Nuggets podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the show to get access to additional weekly value nuggets and get notified with episode updates. To subscribe, all you have to do is head over to subscribe.notenuggets.com. If you have any questions about this episode or note investing, book a time on Kevin's calendar at contact.notenuggets.com. We'll see you next week with another note nugget to add to your tool belt.